It is time to introduce our QNMD panel, led by Executive Marketing Director, Ange Simpson. So Ange, she's a loving mama, living on the Gold Coast with her partner and 4 daughters. She has won both Rookie of the Year and Partner of the Year in her first 18 months. With Juice Plus. In addition, she was awarded the 24 Club Member of the Year at the Elton Awards, big deal, 2019. Ange's passion for wellness and freedom led her to her dream and vision of getting our life-changing products into the hands of more than 100,000 families, empowering women to create their own abundance through helping others. Please welcome Ange to the stage. Woo!
Hi, guys. Shh, I have to speak now. Shh. I am so honored to be up here. Okay, enough. I love you guys. I'm so honored to be up here. I am going to be hosting our Road to NMD QNMD panel, and if I'm honest, over the last 4 weeks of working with these people, I have felt more inspired. I have felt like there's more that even I can do in my business. And so my tip for you guys in hearing these amazing women is please take notes. Make sure you have your pen and paper and really listen to the secret sauce that's coming through. Now, before I introduce them, I'm going to just quickly share a little bit of my story and why today we're going to really focus in on consistency and your non-negotiables. I started here in 2017. I had just become the sole income provider for our family of 4. I was not someone who made a lot of money at the time. Our money was fun money in our family, and my husband was a CFO. He made really good money, but due to personal reasons, he could no longer work, and that focus went to me. I became the income provider. We struggled really quite badly for a number of months. We had to borrow money from my parents to pay rent. Has anyone ever had to do that? Okay, so you guys feel me? There were times when we couldn't afford groceries, and what was the most frustrating was the month would end with no money. Our money was running out on the 20th or the 25th, and we were waiting for that next month to come around. And so when I found this opportunity, I went all in. And I mean, I got on every single training. I spoke to every single friend I have about this opportunity. Even if I thought they were a no, even if I thought they were happy in their life, I think pretty much my whole team, the first 10 team members, were my besties. And I learned during this season that persistence can really get you what you want here. And I want you to realize that. Persistence, just going hard, can get you what you want here. But I started to see these top leaders, the NMDs, and they were doing these meetings every month, right? They have this NMD meeting. I don't know if you all know about it, but they do this Zoom meeting every month. And so I saw that this was happening, and I was like, I need to be at that table. I need to be with these people. They are the earners that are making money that I want to make. They're the people that are making a difference in people's lives. They're doing the big things, right? So 16 months into my journey, I got to NMD 24 Club, and I got into an NMD meeting, and they didn't tell me any secrets. They didn't give me the secret sauce. I was like, guys, Brian Marsh is meant to get on this NMD meeting and tell me what needs to happen for me to become a multiple 6-figure earner. But the truth was, our secret sauce is always taught to us. And every single person that you'll hear today gives a little bit of theirs. So soon after hitting this awesome milestone in my business, my husband and I decided we were better as friends. And I went through a really big personal transition where, I was dating for the first time in 15 years. That takes a lot of brain space. I had a really traumatic health scare. I had a TIA stroke and I was in hospital. But during that time, this business stayed with me. I was in my hospital bed after having heart surgery, and I was signing up a team member. And not because I was overworking, but because this business was always a blessing and never a burden. I was always doing the non-negotiable bare minimums, and I stayed consistent with them. And I want you to write this part down. Persistence will get you what you want. Consistency allows you to keep it. And in this business, even grow it. So these women that I'm going to introduce you to, they're going to share their version of their secret sauce. And I want you to pay close attention to the things that you may have heard before, but they might just land for you a little bit differently today. So I want you guys to scream and cheer really loudly because I am so inspired by these women. I'm going to start off by introducing the amazing Chloe. Chloe, come on out. Chloe is an SSC and has been in the business for 2.5 years. She is a working mama and wants to help bring women home from their jobs to create financial stability. Next up, we have Kirsty. Kirsty, come on out. Kirsty is a proud wife and mum to a 3-year-old. She lives in Melbourne. She has been with Juice Plus for 19 months and is a QNMD. Kirsty has been in direct sales for 15 years and ran her own company for 10 years before deciding to step away to focus on becoming a mum. So I'm so happy to have you here. Next up, we have Ryley. Come on out, Ryley. Ryley has been with Juice Plus for 4 years and lives rurally in far north Queensland. She is a QNMD with a passion to live her life by design. And last but definitely not least, we have Tamara. Tamara is an SSC and has been with Juice Plus for 6 years. Tamara is passionate about helping women, and especially women of colour, to step into their power. So, here you go, Chris. You can have a microphone too. So, guys, we're going to do it a little bit differently on this panel. We're going to have a conversation, and we're going to ask some questions. And again, like I said, take notes, because when I was speaking to these girls and we were working on this panel, I learnt more. I felt more inspired than I ever have. So, to start off, we often say that there are 2 yeses in this business. There's kind of the time you sign your franchise and then the time you go all in. Has anyone had their second yes today? Oh, no one. Okay, great. It's been an awesome conference. Okay, 2 people. Great. Made a big impact. So, I want to know from you guys, what was the moment for you that you decided to go all in and what was going on? We're going to start with you, Chloe.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you so much for having me up here. I'm so excited to share. I guess, take me back 2.5 years ago. I was broke. I was 40K in HEX debt. I was working towards a career that I was not passionate about at all. And I always thought that I had to be a successful businesswoman to be deemed as successful. And when you have children and every single morning you're dropping them off at kindy, who here has kids in kindy? Can I just see a raise of hands? Thank you. When you're peeling your 3-year-old off you and he's screaming, "Mummy, please don't leave me here. Mummy, please don't go." That is the pivotal moment for me where I was driving to work crying, just thinking there has to be more to life than, being the successful businesswoman who doesn't get to see their kids grow. And I actually lost 4 years of my son's life because I couldn't afford not to work. And then this business found me. And I say this business found me because I actually said no to this business 3 times. I had no idea what network marketing was, and I had no idea the impact that I could create for myself, my self-belief, and my family. So that was my first yes, and I grew really quickly. I grew QSSC in 7 months, and I did not develop as a leader. I basically ruined my team, ruined my customer base, and I had to start all from scratch. And last conference was my make or break moment for me. It was, I'm here to either make this something for myself or I'm done. And I broke through that board. Does anyone at last conference broke through that board? And I cried my eyes out. I literally cried because I was like, this is it. No more excuses. It's time for me to really break through my BS and show my family what I can provide for them. I went 3 months back to back with about 10 customers each month. And then in December, I did GoPro and did a 90-day run. I did all-in massive action. I was doing early mornings, late nights, lunch breaks, all over Christmas, didn't drink, didn't watch Netflix. I was no New Year's plans. And from December till 4 months later, I went from a QSSC 1 club to an SSC 9 club. And that was definitely my second yes.
I love that. And so inspirational. I think so many people have that moment at conferences like this. Kirsty, I would love to know your yes.
Sure. It is on. Yeah. So I always have been all in. I had been considering joining Juice Plus for over a year. And what was really holding me back was my fear of failure and my fear of judgment. So I knew once I finally got the courage to say yes to this that I would be all in. Before I started in this business and became a mum, I had another business and I was really highly paid, but I was really deeply unfulfilled. And the more success and money I was creating, the more that was costing me my health, my mental health, and my relationship. And I couldn't imagine how I would be able to do that when I became a mum. I could see the pain of other women trying to juggle their high-level corporate careers and being the present mums that they wanted to be. And I just didn't want that for myself. So I caught the vision really early here, and I could see that this was a space where we could have both. It didn't have to be this or that. It got to be that and that. And I could create that abundant income I was craving, that successful career that I was craving, and I could be a present mum. So I went all in from day one. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I had the vision. And so I showed up and I got to work, and I've treated this like a business from day one.
So good. You're doing amazingly. Ryley?
Amazing.
Oh.
Hello?
Yep.
Yep, awesome. Hi guys. So my second yes really came about 8 months into my journey. I was a senior partner at the time, and for 6 months I couldn't qualify my business. I actually thought I was doing all the work. I was doing the invitations, I was doing the following up, I was having the conversations, and I just couldn't qualify my business. And it wasn't until I went to my first conference where I truly saw the vision and the potential of what this opportunity could be for me and my family. And I was just so excited, and it was all the stories that really resonated with me. It was the stories that really captured my heart and my mind to what I could really, really create here. So I remember coming back from that conference just so full of excitement and so full of energy, and I was just so ready to get to work. And I put all my excuses aside. I showed up to team training for the first time ever. I told myself that I'm going to qualify no matter what, and I put my mentor in all my 3-way group chats so I can help build confidence around the conversations I was having. And I just did the damn work. And the best part about what I found about going all in, I truly found what going all in really meant for me. And although previously when I thought I was doing all the work, I actually realized I was doing absolutely nothing, and nothing consistently to help me move my business forward.
I love it. Thank you. And now, Tamara, I'd love to hear your yes.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So my story is a little bit different. I've been in the business for 6 years now, and for the first 3 years, I was honestly just a glorified customer. I attended all the events. I got so lit up by other people's stories. I saw the potential of what was possible. However, I didn't think that it was possible for me. So the moment I decided to go all in, I remember I was at my 9 to 5, at my desk, I was crying my heart out, feeling so lost and insignificant and small. And I had this realization that no one was coming to save me. And if nothing changed in my life, nothing was going to change. I played victim, blaming my uplines that left, my downlines, my customers, anyone that I could think of. And I realized that my success is my responsibility, and I had to take that radical responsibility. My upline NMD, Lauren Lahav, 1 month, she set a challenge for our team, and she promised to donate $1,000 to my family's charity back in Sri Lanka. The challenge was to get 100 customers within a month, and she must have known to really capture my heart and my mind and to attach it to something greater than me. That month, I brought on 14 new customers, and I really showed myself what was possible with action and purpose-driven energy. I tapped into personal development, I leaned into other people's stories, and I soon began to realize that what I truly desired was actually possible for me too.
I love it. Thank you. So it sounds really simple. You just have to have your second yes, and then you'll be a QNMD. Great. So that's the end of our panel. No. So obviously we all go through challenges and limiting beliefs, and I think it's so important to hear other people's. This is not meant to be easy, but it is so worth it. So I would love to know, and I'm going to start with you, Kirsty, what beliefs or limiting beliefs, have you been through, and what did you do and learn to get through them?
I think it's constantly a challenge, and there's always something that you're working through. That inner voice, it doesn't go away. There's definitely been some for us to get on this stage, right? But last year my business stood still for about 4 to 5 months and really plateaued. And when I started in the business, I had a lot of really fast growth, and I found that relatively easy because there was lots of those promotions and bonuses. There was lots of excitement and momentum. And then it was like that honeymoon period wore off. I'd really been riding that wave of momentum. And then I needed to really grow as a leader to be able to hold what I had created. But I just remember feeling so frustrated, and there was so much self-doubt, and I knew what I needed to do. I knew what I had to do, but I just couldn't seem to do it. And looking back, that inner voice was just louder than the desire to take the action. And so something really landed for me on a training, and maybe this is something that you need to hear today. The question was asked around how much time are you spending looking down and feeling frustrated at where you are, looking sideways at what everyone else is doing, and backwards at where you feel like you should be, versus the time that you're looking forwards on your goals and your vision. And that was such a pivotal moment for me, because I had been so focused on everything that wasn't working and that inner voice. So what I know is that inner voice doesn't go away, but that became my focus to keep choosing forward and keep deciding every day. And so that's now a daily commitment. I feel that every day, and sometimes it's multiple times this morning to get on this stage. But it's a decision. We get to decide. And now every time I catch myself looking sideways, I just keep focused forward. And so it's not what we do when the results are flying in that matters, but it's how we lead ourselves when they're not that really counts.
That's so powerful. Thank you. Ryley, cakewalk, or has there been some limiting beliefs?
There has definitely been a lot of limiting beliefs over my time. So one that has really followed me throughout my journey is the fear of being myself and just not being enough. And When I thought about success and I looked up to all of our beautiful leaders around us, I actually thought I had to be like them to create the success that I wanted to. And I was just so afraid to really show who I truly was, and you're probably the same right now. Because as you see, I'm actually just someone from the country who actually doesn't wear makeup 90% of the time. Instead of stepping on the beach, I'm actually stepping in cow poo. And the only traffic I ever get stuck behind is behind a mob of cows. So I really tried so desperately to hide all these parts of myself, and in the mix of actually doing all of that, I was playing extremely small, and I wasn't reaching my full potential in the mix of doing that as well. And I actually ended up attracting people into my team who weren't a great fit for me. So these parts, I was trying to hide instead of embracing them. And it wasn't until one day when I was having a really beautiful conversation with one of my mentors, and I was listing out all my passions, and she just blurted out, "Ryley, like, your niche is helping real women build their empires." And that one sentence just gave me permission to be myself. It gave me permission to really embrace all parts of myself and who I am. And it was the most freeing moment of my entire journey. I started showing up online as my true, authentic self. And in the mix of doing all of that, I had so much more fun. I really started to have a wider vision and a mission on these women and who I really wanted to help, and help them really make choices and freedom in their life as well. So the beautiful lesson in that is to never compare yourself to anyone. Embrace who you fully are, because that is going to be your greatest superpower here.
So good. Tamara, tell us about yours.
Oh my gosh, so many limiting beliefs and challenges. I used to look at all the leaders on this stage and just put them on a pedestal. I really thought that they were magical unicorns that had something extra special that I didn't have. My self-talk was, I'm not worthy, I'm not confident, I'm too shy, who am I to be successful, how could I even get customers or team? My confidence was so low due to so many limiting stories that I had created growing up, and my direct uplines left, who I was very close to, and they didn't tell me. I found out on a Facebook post, which made me quite upset. But I realized that with every challenge, Ange, I feel like it helped me grow and become the leader and business owner I am, and I'm so grateful for that, because without those challenges and those opportunities to grow, I wouldn't be who I am sitting here today.
I love it. It's so powerful. Chloe.
Yeah, so obviously lots of limiting beliefs that I've had to break through, but probably one of my biggest ones would be worthiness. Like, I didn't think that I was worthy of the income, the team who were inspired by me and how I showed up every single day, and being able to really break through that mum persona that we get when we have kids. And when I do this business now, I step into this alter ego of this successful boss babe, and one thing that really landed with me was Kimberly Wellman last conference. She spoke up on stage with her family, and I was like, well, if she can do it, I can. I see you. And I'm going to get a bit emotional here, but
You got this. You got this one.
one of the things she said was, when she feels in doubt, that she thinks of looking at her kids and saying, sorry kids, we could have had it all, but mum couldn't be bothered. And I now get to inspire all these women to step into their power and show their kids what's possible and be worthy of it all. Yeah.
I love you. Need a tissue. Okay, guys. You got me. You guys are on the road to NMD now. So I guess the big question that a lot of people want to know is, what does it look like? What is a day in the life? How much time are you putting into your business? And I love that you guys all have such different lives. So I really want to start with you, Ryley, and I want you to tell us a bit about a day in the life.
Absolutely. So I really just love to incorporate this business into my life. It really just literally wraps around and fits in pockets of my time. I put about 4 hours a day minimum into my business every single day, and that's not all at once. That is literally in pockets of time that I truly do have. And the way that I do that is that, for example, when I'm actually joining my partner on our bike, or we're going in the truck, or we're going to go feed our animals, that is pockets of time I truly do have to have my conversations, to do the invites, to do the follow-ups. And you will seriously be so surprised when you have a plan, you're organised on how much time you can truly fit into your day in the little 10 minutes and 50 minutes that you truly do have. And my daily non-negotiables in my business are inviting someone to take a closer look every single day at this opportunity, following up every single day, expanding my network, posting at least one thing every single day, and the most important thing that I love to do is really build my mindset for success. Whether that's, doing a meditation or hopping onto a team training or a coaching call, or just something that, is really going to inspire me so I can actually show up and serve and be my best self.
Love it. And that, guys, is our Juice Plus standard, 1 invite a day. And in stolen moments, that in itself can make such a big difference on your business. Tamara, a day in the life.
Yeah, so similar to Ryley, my business is just a part of my life. It flows in and out. So I still work a traditional job. So a typical day would look like 1 solid hour in the morning before work dedicated to the high-paying activities, replying to messages during my break, and then a few hours after work and hopping onto trainings and calls. So I would say 2 to 3 hours per day, 6 days per week. My non-negotiables, very similar as well. So expanding my network every single day, starting new conversations, inviting to the business and the products. We have a weekly prospect call that's always in my diary, regardless of who shows up. Preparing my energy and mindset is also super important. If I'm not in the right energy, I feel quite resistant and business doesn't become fun. So I have a morning routine that includes meditation, visualization. On the drive to work, I listen to my mission statement, and then on the drive back, recorded training or a podcast. Team training every week is a non-negotiable. Expanding my mind is key. And we are all so lucky because we have access to so many beautiful, incredible leaders in our business. So I make sure that I take full advantage of that. And then lastly, creating a team and customer culture where everyone is seen, heard, and loved, no matter how fast or how slow they're going. We really, truly believe in friendship before business.
It's obviously working. Chloe.
Yeah, so exactly the same, work a traditional 9 to 5 still. So I get up before my son to make sure that I fit in my hour of demo, and that looks like expanding my network, conversations. I love it. I wake up in the morning, my inbox is full. I'm like, hee hee hee. Inviting people to have a look, make it authentic, like really give that vibe that you genuinely care about people. Posting, share your whole day through your story on Instagram, guys. People are obsessed with you. You may not think they are, but they are. And then I drive 2.5 hours to and from work. So in that time, I am listening to an Audible, listening to a training that I've maybe missed or I need to catch up on. Podcast, anything that's fueling my mind and my energy so that I can then give that support to our beautiful team and inspire them to,
I love it.
to get better.
to do their thing. Kirsty, day in the life.
Yeah, sure. So every day is a little different for me. I have a 3-year-old, so most days do vary, but usually I'm spending around 30 hours on average a week in my business. some days they look a little less. We love to travel a lot, so some days they're on the road. But then some days, I'm always the one that will be, at end of month hustle, staying up with the team, doing the do and doing the things that are required. So there's always going to be that strategic imbalance as well. One thing that I've learnt though, when I think of my daily non-negotiables, is that, we sell ourselves, right? And I know that how I feel and my mindset and how it affects how I show up. So for me, I don't open my office until I open my mind every day. It's always me first. It's my mindset, movement, meditation, and then I move the needle. So I think that there's a certain amount of hours in the day that we are the most focused and the most energized and productive, and that time is different for all of us depending on our schedules, right? But I'm really protective of that time. That time's what I call my peak performance time. So it's always my highest income producing activities first, and there is no surprise. That's conversations, new connections, follow-ups, and inviting every day. And I do that before I open any messages from my team so that I never feel like I'm chasing my tail and I can always give to them. So I think there's a lot of important parts to what we do, but I also know where I can waste the most time, being stuck on Canva and in all the Facebook groups and trying to think of what to post. Whilst I do these things, they don't fall within that peak performance time. So my diary is my boss, and I always make sure that I'm scheduling that family time, my self-care, because, our vibe attracts our tribe, right? And when we feel our best, I know when I'm my happiest that I'm always attracting the best results anyway.
Amazing, amazing. And there's such a trend, if you guys can't see it and you haven't been taking notes, they're all pretty much doing the same thing in different ways. Opening their mind, being consistent with their DMO, and they're living up to those Juice Plus standards, 5 customers, 1 team, 1 invite a day. But we're going to very quickly finish this off and wrap a bow on it. I know that everyone here is going to be watching these girls next year do their NMD speeches. Is everyone going to be here for that? Okay, great. So to finish off, I want you guys to hear a little bit more about their incredible visions. So Tamara, I'm going to start with you. Your vision lights me up. I would love to hear what's driving you.
Thank you, Ange. I love this question. So I desire to help more women, especially women of colour, step into their greatness, realise their worth and power, and create financial independence with the Juice Plus business model, to create the largest multicultural team, to really have that freedom to explore my full potential in this lifetime through this business model, to create time abundance, financial freedom for my family, and in doing so, heal and show myself, my future children, my ancestors, my lineage, what's truly possible in this lifetime. And I would love to start a family soon. I know how hard my immigrant parents worked to give me such a beautiful life in this country. So my vision is to really be a present parent when that time comes, with ease, no struggle, and so much financial abundance.
And you're totally going to do it. Chloe.
So I have 2 visions. One of those visions is to help and inspire women on a global scale, to show them that there is opportunities, especially when you become a mum, and to provide them with that financial freedom and independence in their lives, to show them what's truly so possible. My second vision is my biggest drive, which is my family, and to be able to bring me home full time so that I can be a part of my son's life. I can drop him off and pick him up and go to school excursions and be more present as a mum. And I want to bring my partner home. I want him doing the things that light his soul on fire, to get him doing the projects that he wants to do. He's worked his butt off for us, so it's my turn to return the favour. And I want to be able to travel the world and show my son third world countries, to teach him respect and to show him, what's truly possible if you really put your mind to something that you're really passionate about.
I love it. I love it. And Kirsty, your vision.
Firstly, I just want to say that I just love that this business allows us the space to dream. I dropped out of high school and I always, for many years, felt like a huge failure. And I had always attached for a while there my success, my self-worth to my success. And I just love that in this space we get to create our success that's based on our effort and who we are and not on our resume.
It's beautiful.
There's two main things that really drive me for my vision. The first is my family. Our family, living a life that's in accordance with our values. We really value family time, travel, and spontaneity. So we would love to travel Australia in our caravan. My family live all over Australia. So having the freedom financially and the time freedom to be able to travel to see them is massive. And the second is the impact and the women that I get to inspire and help on the way. When I see the growth and what my team are achieving, it's so inspiring. And I think, my vision is to show other ambitious women and empower them that they can have both. They can have the thriving, abundant career and be present with their babies.
Proud of you. Ryley.
Firstly, I just want to say, I love hearing all these ladies' visions because we are all completely different people, and I love this business allows us to really create that as well. But my number one really vision is to be able to purchase my dream farm. Probably no surprise. But on this farm, I really want to be able to raise my children the way that I've always envisioned, and not what, my family and my parents did, but how I really truly do, and that is something that lights my soul on fire. But I really want to be able to hold retreats on this farm for my team and show them that they can create a life full of freedom, opportunities and choices in their life as well. And for me, that just means that, for this business that allows me to create that additional income stream to allow me to get to my dream property a lot quicker than what I would have had to, is something that truly is incredible, and I can't put a price tag on that. And lastly, I really just want to give back to my parents for all that they have given me, and to be able to really give them something back in consideration for supporting me in my dreams as well.
So beautiful. I love it. Girls, you have been amazing and shared so much value. We're really quickly just going to touch on the Juice Plus standards one more time, guys, because this is something that can catapult your business if you just commit to these things. It's reach outs 2 a day. That's it. 2 invites a day if you really want to take this to the next level, and then follow up 2 times a day. Do you guys feel like you could do that? And if you can see, 5 would be great. Okay, so if you can see on this panel, the thing they have in common is the consistency and the dedication to just, I'm showing up every day and I'm doing the non-negotiables. Now, NMD school is coming up, if we can throw that slide up as well. For anyone who can get there, I highly recommend you do what it takes. NMD school, for me, was totally a game changer in my business. I learned so much. I didn't know what qualifying really meant, PB and POB, until I went to NMD school. But I also got to spend time with incredible women like these people, and I got so inspired. So you can see, obviously, all of the things you need to know up on the screen. But I want you to just stand up and give a round of applause to these beautiful women as we exit the stage. Thank you so much, guys. Get a photo.
You ready? Let's go.